The Wingman, one of the most popular and deadly weapons in Apex Legends, is a mid-range hand cannon with high burst damage capabilities. This guide will hopefully help you better understand and use the Wingman. Feel free to skip ahead to the following timestamps depending on what you're looking for. The Wingman does 45 body damage with a 2 times headshot multiplier. This damage multiplier is increased to 2.25 with the addition of the Skull Piercer hop-up. It has a fairly small mag of only 6 bullets, but can be expanded to 8, 9, or 12 bullets with the extended mag attachment. As for the sights, the Digital Threat 1X is arguably the best sight equipable for the Wingman. Other close range and mid-range optics may be equipped, but choosing one of these is partial to preference. Moving on to playstyle. The Wingman is a high skill cap weapon that excels in the hands of an accurate player. The ability to consistently land body shots makes the Wingman a strong mid-range, duelist weapon. However, the real power of the Wingman comes from the ability to consistently land headshots. Being able to hit headshots means using this gun to its full potential, making it the deadly hand cannon that everyone fears, capable of wiping entire squads in seconds. Since the Wingman is a semi-auto weapon with a high move speed, one of the best ways to use the gun is to force 1v1s with cover. The key is to peek when your shot is ready and move on to the next enemy once you've killed your first target. Doing this correctly means you can quickly take out your target, but more importantly, minimizes the risk of trading damage. This will increase the odds of surviving a subsequent fight. But no matter how good the gun is, if you're being targeted by an entire squad, you will die before you can even fire your second shot, so try not to take engagements in the open. This is a fairly defensive playstyle. I recommend using this if you're new and inexperienced, or if you're at a disadvantage, such as having low ground or lower health than the enemy. However, if you are confident in your ability to hit your shots, playing aggressively is usually the way to go. Catching an unsuspecting squad can lead to an easy fight without any opposition. The burst damage on the Wingman allows you to take out a target before they can even react, already making the fight a 3v2, assuming you need your squad mates at all. So let's talk about how to actually take the fight. The first shot is the most important. Hitting the enemy will stop their sprint, making the subsequent shots a lot easier to hit. So take your time, line up the shot, and make sure you don't miss. If you're having trouble hitting your enemy, slow it down. Don't fire the Wingman at max speed until you're used to handling the recoil. Instead, take your time and line up every shot as best you can. Then work your way up to the max fire rate. The Wingman is also one of the best weapons for firing through cover. Whereas automatic weapons require a constant stream of bullets to do damage, a single well-placed shot through a crack in the ceiling or the floor is capable of taking out the majority of a player's HP or shield pool. This is also one of the safest ways to engage, and lets you pick up third-party kills with ease. Let's move on to tips, tricks, and the little details. At close range, the hipfire is fairly reliable, and can be used to preserve your move speed. Dueling an enemy using hipfire makes you harder to hit compared to aiming down sights. The first hipfired shot is incredibly accurate, but follow-up shots will suffer from increased bloom compared to aiming down sights. It's recommended to aim down sights for longer range fights where increased move speed isn't necessary. Jump shots and mid-air shots are completely accurate as well. Jump shots can be used for quick peeks over a hill, and mid-air shots are great for catching enemies off guard or picking off a runner. These shots will be harder to land, so take your time to line them up. Have you ever tried to duel an enemy Wingman with a Spitfire? Many guns drastically reduce your move speed when aiming down sights, making you an easier target for the Wingman. The opposite scenario can be taken advantage of. When fighting someone who is locked into a duel while aiming down sights, remember to AD strafe to stay hard to hit, while hitting easy shots on the near standstill enemy. So, lastly, let's talk about the recent fire rate nerf. The pre-nerf Wingman was a completely different monster. The fire rate was so quick that at any range you could delete enemies, and it didn't really matter what your second gun was. Even after the nerfed fire rate, it's still one of the best guns in the game, but up close, the fire rate has lowered the overall DPS, especially in close range fights. There are 2 simple ways to deal with this. Since the Wingman isn't as strong in point-blank combat as it used to be, carry a secondary weapon that can fill that gap in point-blank lethality. For starters, your best choices are probably the Peacekeeper or R99. If you don't want to carry a close-range gun, and would rather carry a long-range weapon such as a sniper, then your second option is to avoid point-blank encounters and fight mid to semi-close range. Thank you guys for watching. You can find my personal stream at twitch.tv/terabyteow. And remember to please visit u.gg for more tips, tricks, and guides for all of your favorite games.